Good morning, everybody. Myself, Dr. Thoy Jaksha, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Botany at Government Science College, Hassan. In this video, today I am going to talk on endangered and endemic species of India. India, being one of the global richest biodiversity center, supports an enormous biological wealth. Approximately 17,53,739 species exist on Earth. It has been estimated that 1,34,781 species in India. Over the year, the biological diversity is undergoing great stress due to anthropogenic disturbance. Based on species richness, India is one among the 25 mega-diversity countries of the world. Not only India, rich in diversity, this diversity declining or depleting in alarming rate. Based on the decline of species diversity, India is also considered as one of the hottest hotspots in the world. Out of 34 global hotspots identified so far on the basis of richness of diversity and also declining of that diversity or extinction of species, 4 are lie in India. So you see here there are about 34 global hotspots throughout the world. Out of 34 global hotspots, 4 are lie in India. So the number one, Himalaya, that too especially eastern Himalaya, which includes the entire Indian Himalayan region. So the eastern Himalayas region is home to 163 globally threatened species, including Asia's three great herbivores, the Asian elephant, the greater one-horned rhinoceros, and the wild water buffalo and largest carnivore panther tiger. The second one is Indo-Burma, includes entire northeastern India except Assam and Andaman group of islands. This hotspot also holds remarkable endemism in freshwater turtle species, most of which are threatened with extinction. Bird life in Indo-Burma is also incredibly diverse, holding almost 1,300 different bird species. The third one is Sunderlands, includes Nicobar groups of islands. Sunderlands contributes the spectacular flora and fauna. The lost refuges of two Southeast Asian rhino species are also found on the islands of Java and Sumatra. Fourth one is Western Ghats, which includes entire Western Ghats. Western Ghats is considered as one of the hottest hotspots of the world. The estimation 18,000 species of flowering plants reported from India out of 4,500 species are found to Western Ghats and majority of them are endemic. International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, that is IUCN, has categorized the red list of threatened species into different groups based on their nature, that is number 1 extinct species, number 2 endangered species, number 3 vulnerable species, number 4 rare species, number 5 endemic species. Let us see one by one. So that is number 1 extinct species. What is extinct species? A species not definitely located in the wild and never sighted even once in the last 50 years. According to IUCN, over 26,500 species are in danger of extinction. This includes 40% of amphibians, 34% of conifers, 33% of coral reefs, 25% of mammals, and 14% of birds. Some of the example for extinct species is Maduka insignis, Echinops jubata, Rhodonacea, Caryophyllaceae. So these are some of the important extinct species. There is no information about these species from last 50 years. Second category is endangered species. The endangered species are which are in danger of extinction. The survival of such species is difficult if the negative factor that have lead to a decline in their population continue to operate. The list of endangered species includes 932 animal species and 599 plant species. Some of the examples of such species are black buck, crocodile, Indian wild ash, Indian rhino, lion-tailed macaque, Indrani gundia, etc. You see here some of the photographies of endangered species which are present in India, that is lion-tailed macaque, black pug, etc. In Indiana gundia, pseudomalaria, dolly. So here you can see. Similarly, the third category of the IUCN group, that is vulnerable species. These are the species whose population has declined to level from where it is likely to move into endangered category. In the near future, if the negative factors continue to operate, there are currently 5,196 animals and 6,789 plants are classified as vulnerable. Some of the examples of such species are blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, Gangetic dolphin, etc. Next category is rare species. Species with a small population. Small population means the species having less than 20,000 individuals throughout the world may move into endangered or vulnerable category if the negative factors affecting them continue to operate. Almost 75% of the known species can be classified as rare. The examples of such species are the Himalayan brown bear, wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox, and hornbill. The last category is endemic species. These are the species which are only found in some particular areas, usually isolated by natural or geographical barrier. Of the estimated 18,000 species of flowering plants reported from India, about 4,500 species are endemic to Western Ghats. Examples of such species are Andaman tail, Nicobar pigeon, Andaman wild pig, etc. The endemics are categorized into three groups. That is, number one is paleo-endemics. They are ancient endemic, represents remnants of older flowers occurring in geological old land masses. Second one is neo-endemics. They are newly evolved taxa. They are found in environmental stress areas and recently originated from active genetic stock. Number three, holoendemics. All these starts as a neo-endemics. It is the phase between the origin, spread, eventually its losses. Some of the photographies of endemic plants which are present in Western Ghats, that is Blepharostroma, Actinophyllum. These are the monotypic genera, Myristica foetida. So this is also one of the endemic plants to the Western Ghats. So the list shows endemic genera of the peninsular India. So here it is Blepharostroma, Carvia, etc. Similarly, Ochronochloa, Michenis, and endemic plants which are particularly restricted to Western Ghats are Cinnamon, Peperomia, Thalictrum, Ophia, Maduka, Diasporus, Syzygium canarensis, etc. You see here, day by day, the number of species, both wildlife and as well as plant, animals and as well as plants, are becoming extinct. There are several reasons for causing the extinction of these species. Let us say, what are the causes for the extinction of animals and as well as plants? If you study causes for the extinction of wildlife and animal plants, so the number one is large scale destruction. So in case of large scale destruction, which is resulted due to the large industrial and commercial activities associated with the agriculture, irrigation, construction of dams, mining, fishing, etc. Similarly, the second reason is biological invasion. Introduction of exotic species are due to number one, horticulture, Number 2, agriculture. Number 3, accidental transport. It is seen that some exotic species may kill or eat native species, thereby causing its extinction. The third reason for the causes for extinction is commercial exploitation. The natural resources are overexploited to meet growing rural poverty, medicinal purpose, and globalization of economy. The fourth reason for causing the extinction of species is pollution from use of nitrogen phosphorus fertilizers, which includes air pollution, water pollution, industrial pollution, and pollution due to chemical pest, pesticides, radioactive material leads to the extinction of species. The last one is explosion of human population. It is very important. Human is the one of the most enemy for the nature. The shifting of cultivation by poor tribal people greatly affects the forest, which is the storehouse of biodiversity. Like a number of wildlife species are becoming extinct due to the poaching and hunting of the human being. So we can see every day there is a loss of species both in case of animals and as well as plants. For the future generation, we have to conserve these species. If we conserve these species, for the conservation, it's having its own strategies. So, for the conservation of endangered endemic plants is of two strategies. Number one is exploration, number two is conservation. Number one, exploration means conducting frequent survey and identification, documentation, and preservation of those species. The second one is conservation. So these species can be conserved for the future generation in two methods. One is in situ conservation, second one is ex situ conservation. In situ conservation, the conservation of species in their natural habitat or natural ecosystem is known as in situ conservation. We can conserve the species by protecting in protected areas like national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reservoirs, etc. Like that, the ex situ conservation. Ex situ conservation involves maintenance of breeding of endangered and endemic plants and animals under controlled condition in a specific area like botanical gardens, zoological gardens, arboretum, and by using biotechnological methods like tissue culture and minimal growth storage, we can conserve these rare, endemic, endangered, and vulnerable species for the future generation. Thank you very much.